Okay, today back in the studio with me is one of my best Mallorca insiders, the incredible Nina Moons from the Calendar Mallorca. Welcome back, Nina.
Thank you so much for having me again.
I'm so happy to see you. We've made it through a month.
Yes.
I mean, when I saw you in June, we were revving up for the season. Now it's the middle of July. We're here. We have all the liquids. We are very good girls. We are hydrating like crazy because boy, oh boy, it's hot out there. Is it not?
Yes.
You told me you were in Palma at the weekend and the parking lot was like a
boiling.
sauna.
Yeah. It was like, actually, it felt refreshing getting out. Up in the fresh air.
Just like in our village at night, when the sun goes down, it feels like it gets hotter because all the stone houses just kind of release heat into the air. And it is really, it's hard to explain it until you've lived through it, but it is, it's a whole other level.
It's also like, you know, that change when in the morning when you get up and you open like the terrace door and normally you have like this breeze coming in. And at the moment, even at 7:30 in the morning, there is none of that.
Yeah, you have to get up
and it's
early.
It just feels like doesn't make any sense to actually open any windows or doors.
How are your babies holding up with the weather?
Good. They're now at summer camp.
Which one are they at the moment?
At the WIP at the university.
Oh.
Yeah. They have like a sports camp.
Got them in early.
No, but because their school does all their sport programs there. So they know their environment and it's fully Catalan and Spanish.
Helpful.
So it's great for them. My little one actually was in kindergarten since she was 6 months old. So she always was around like Catalan and Spanish speaking. But then she has been going through a period where she didn't speak as much. So I thought, you know, this would be helpful, like going to like a fully Spanish Catalan camp. And she started on Thursday last week. And already since then, she started to speak much more, repeating words and things. So it's like she's just getting excited about Spanish again, which is exactly
instant effect. And that's like, well, that's a really good tip for any parent thinking of bringing their kids here. It's like you really have to kind of force them. You know,
you have to
immerse them in that situation and like give them. I mean, we as adults we should also do that to ourselves. Maybe it's much harder because we also have to do things like earn money and like go to the shops and everything. But when you've got that chance to put your kid into that kind of language environment, and they benefit immediately, don't they?
Yeah, and you have to keep it positive. Like, because, you know, I knew with the little one, I knew she understands everything, but she just went through this period where she was like, only English. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to force it because then it becomes something negative. But it's in her. She understands it all and she can speak it. She just didn't want to for a while.
Maybe she didn't want to with you. Because Gigi, our daughter, she speaks 3 languages and she very much compartmentalized languages. She didn't want to speak Spanish to me or Catalan. I mean, I don't speak Catalan anyway. And I'd be like, say something to me in Catalan. She just wouldn't, you know, because I think she felt embarrassed or like it wasn't the right thing to do. Like with mummy, I have to speak English and with my teachers, I'm going to speak Spanish. You know, like she really separated us out.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to just like keep it positive and like not force them too much and just they know that we live in Spain.
Yeah,
we live in Mallorca. They have to speak it or they have to learn it, and it's like it makes also their life so much easier because if they go to the playground, if they meet like a friend, they can talk to them and they know that.
Yeah,
but yeah, little things like camps I think really help.
I mean, and also vital for a working person. Vital. So tell me about the Calendar Mallorca. I saw you bigging yourself up recently on Instagram about how many website hits you'd had.
Yes, it's been crazy. Like
very busy.
Last week alone, I think we've had over now 24,000 views on the website. I just checked like on Saturday, we had over 4,000 visits on the website. And it's just like this organic growth I'm really proud of.
You should be proud.
I'm not paying Google ads or anything like that. It's just genuinely people want to know what's going on. And I think more and more people know about the website. And it's been really good.
I love it because it's not just a passion thing. It's like it's hard work. You're not just doing it because it's a hobby. It's like it
started out as a hobby but very quickly changed.
Now it's an obsession. So in the last month, what kind of cool stuff did you get up to?
I did a few things. I mean I did the usual going to the beach and not doing anything because I think that's healthy and necessary also once in a while. But then, for example, on Saturday, I went to Amok, to basically one of the newest nightclubs here in Mallorca.
Where is Amok?
Near the airport.
Okay, I haven't
So a
been.
little bit outside of Palma, but also not too far. And they're really trying to create this environment where you have a lot of youngsters, which feels like a really safe environment for them to go. They start like early, sometimes open like at 7 on Sundays for like kind of sunset parties. And then afterwards going into more like a clubbing scene. So they start with like reggaeton because that's the big thing. And then like as the evening goes on, like more like special acts, special DJs. And I went to see Avalanche, which is like a 14-person orchestra
Whoa.
live. And it was incredible.
What kind of music do they play?
It's electronic style mashed with everything else. Like it's like drums, guitars, everything. And they're like mainly from Majorca. And I've seen them last year actually at Jardí and loved it. So when I saw that they were back here, I was like, we have to go. And it was just 1.5 hours of just wow.
You know, that's a problem that I kind of have with musicians and bands that I don't recognize the name of. It's like, how am I going to know if I like it? You know what I mean? Like, it is hard to decide which things to go to and which things to skip.
Absolutely. And I think there's also because there's so much local talent that maybe you didn't grow up with or you haven't heard before. So that's what I also try often to do with the website, to explain a little bit who's coming or who are they. It's difficult to like detail, of course, every artist, but I try to mention it as much as possible on the website to at least just give a feel and a vibe for it, because I think it's difficult otherwise to know where you're going, what you're in for.
Well, you said Jardí. I was there on Friday to take pictures of the Soultown Festival. It's my first time at that venue, and I was absolutely blown away by it. It was so nice. I wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near as ambient as it was, because I've been to Mallorca Live before, and it's in the same sort of place.
Yep.
And Mallorca Live to me is kind of like my idea of hell, because there's so much concrete, you know, and it's like hard surfaces everywhere, nowhere to sit down. At least that was my experience in Mallorca Live when I photographed it a few years ago. Maybe it's changed.
It has, yeah.
Yeah, well, then it was really tiring to be there because it was just lots and lots of people and, you know, the heat and everything. Just like, this is not fun for me. But Jardí, incredible. Like, all this nice astroturf everywhere, all these little breakout areas where you can sit and hang out with your friends. Nice. Not a big variety of food, but like decent food trucks, not expensive drinks really, and a really kind of like lovely flow to the evening. I had a press pass that meant I could pretty much go where I wanted to, so I went in VIP, and I think it might be VVIP upstairs behind at the back of the stage. Really lovely. What a nice place to be, and the acts were really good too. Really enjoyed it.
And I think that so they have they just had Mark Anthony here last week.
Yeah.
And they have various like festivals coming up through July and August. And I think it's really nice because, again, it's like whatever music you're into, if you're into rock, you have something. If you're more into soul, you have something. If you're into some more local artists, they offer something. And it's also a very inclusive environment. Also for families, for example. They don't start too late. Which, of course, like if you go to places like Amok and all this, nothing starts before like midnight. Or and I went last year with the kids.
And under 12s get in for nothing, I think, as well. Yeah, so it was like brilliant. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, and
Did your kids like it?
Yes, we went last year, and that was a like specifically family-oriented kind of type festival. So they had like an even bigger kids area and everything, and it was great. They loved it because we had a great time. They had a great time. We could have a drink on the side. We were there with friends. Could sit down to talk, which was also nice in between. And I really like it. I think it's an amazing addition because it's relatively new.
Yeah, is it second year? Yeah, I mean, I've really like kicked myself that I haven't been there before because I really liked it, and I was looking at the lineups thinking, what am I gonna like? What am I gonna like? What can I go to? And I think the tribute acts are probably the ones that I'll make it to, because I want to know what the songs are. You know, I'm not so bothered about the style of music, although you won't be able to pay me to get to see UB40. Can't be bothered with that. But like, if it was like the tribute acts, like divas of rock or something, it is like I'll definitely go to that. And there was another one as well, in an 80s night or something. Those are all kind of things that I could think, oh yeah, I'll probably have a good time there. So I'm really looking forward to going back this summer.
And it's great for if you live here, if you're just visiting and you want to, you know, have a great night out. It's a fantastic venue.
And the tickets weren't that expensive. It's like 21 euros.
It depends a little bit.
In ticket.
Yeah, it depends a little bit on like the concert and obviously the artist, because, you know, like Mark Anthony, for example, was
a bit more.
Yeah. But I think I haven't seen anything that was more than 35, yeah. So I think it's for what you're getting, it's still very affordable.
Yeah. So top tip, we both agree.
Yes. Yeah.
What else have you been up to?
I actually went to Sonnet, Grand Hotel Sonnet. Yes.
What for?
For a jazz night. A trumpeter from New York.
Oh, nice.
Very young. I think he's not even 30 yet. But this kind of like wunderkind, you know, Mozart kind of type person. He was literally at one moment, he was playing the trumpet and the piano at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And you just look at these people and you're like, how do you do it? And like, I'm the least, I don't have rhythm. I love music, but I have no rhythm. So if I go to these places, I'm just like in awe of people being able to do this. And like, of course, the environment, like Grand Hotel Sonnet is just like such a treat.
It's lovely.
Yes.
Did they organise it, or was that part of the Dea Music Festival kind of?
No, they organize it. So every about 2 months, they have an evening like that, and they always bring in really special artists.
There's another hotel that's doing music nights now. Which one is it? Castillo Son Vida. They've got something going on as well, haven't they?
Yes. Castillo Son Vida have 3 nights per week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. They have live music just around sunset, so normally between 7 and 9. And that's like beautiful as well, because I mean the terrace has views that are incredible.
Yeah.
And it's just like if you're in Palma and you just want to quickly go out, go for a drink, maybe some snacks, dinner even, it's an amazing option as well.
And it's free to get in.
Yes.
So that's like, for the cheapskates out there, it's like you can go and get you a canya or a glass of wine or something and enjoy it just as much as the person having champagne and caviar sat next to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that like that's a very open-minded kind of thing. You don't need to book?
No.
Oh, cool. Did
of
you
course,
get what?
You should be there relatively early to get some of the best seats.
Yeah.
Because you want to watch.
Put your towel down.
You're kind of the British and German thing to do, right? But yeah.
And what else?
What else have I been doing?
Oh, I know. Did you go to Aethos?
Yes, I did.
That's the bottomless brunch thing.
Yes.
Did you do it?
I did for the day after my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you. With some friends and our kids, which was lovely. The views are incredible. Really, absolutely stunning. The hotel is very cool, very chic. When we were there, they still needed to fix small little details here and there, but I think that's also to be expected. They just opened like 10 days prior. But the brunch was great. I really liked the setup because you had a little buffet inside. You had a guy playing with vinyls, kind of DJing vibe. Then you had like a set menu, a la carte menu. And then, like, for example, towards the dessert time, they changed the inside. So you had like fruits and little like dessert like snacks as well. And then you could just choose mimosas and Bloody Marys and drinks.
How much did it cost, girl?
Oof. Now you've caught me off guard. I think it was around 60 for
Was
adults.
it a treat? Were you treated?
We paid. But they like organized a really lovely birthday surprise for me, and yeah, like
Come on,
it was
spill.
dried ice. It was like chocolate strawberries on the top, and then dried ice with romero, like rosemary and mint and everything. So with the dried ice, they brought it out, and like with the dried ice, you just suddenly smelled all these amazing herbs. It was just like the presentation was like, it wasn't, it's very nice when you receive a birthday cake or something, but it was just like the presentation again was like a bit
really
different.
Unusual,
yes,
and healthy.
Yeah,
because if you give me a cake, I will eat it, but I shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
But it was. I thought it like just fit in very nicely with like what they're trying to achieve, do things a little bit different.
Yeah.
Be cool, but like, not that kind of pretentious kind of cool. Like we all felt super welcomed, also with the kids. And of course it was a treat. It wasn't like cheap, but then the quality matched the price.
Good. Well, that's I think that's all we can ask for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like nobody likes paying 30 quid for a bowl of pasta that they can make at home, like really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like I know my husband can make a really good spaghetti bolognese. Why would I spend so much money to go and eat it somewhere else, served to me by a grumpy waiter out of a dirty plate? Just
no.
The quality and the service are really what sets places apart these days, I think.
Yeah, so we really enjoyed it, and I'll definitely be back. And they're actually at the moment hosting music nights, listening sessions at Lalia, a private club in Palma, every Friday and Saturday.
But if it's a private club, how do you get in?
Free entry, special treat.
Nice.
Yes, so for everybody that hasn't been to the club yet and would like to discover it, it's right in the middle of Palma.
Is that the one in Plaza Santa Eugenia? No, Plaza Eugenia.
Yep, just behind Plaza Court.
That's it.
Yeah. So it's a special treat because normally, yes, you have to be a member, you have to know somebody to get in. It's more about like relaxed listening and the quality of the music. It's not like a big DJ jumping around kind of party. But if you want to go for a nice cocktail and listen to some good music, every Friday and Saturday.
Okay. I recently went to something that's just opened as well. The Disgusting Food Museum. Is it on your radar?
Yes, they've contacted me, but I haven't gone yet.
They had the similar kind of like a few details to be finished kind of situation. We went on the press night, and it was really interesting. And we've been back since to talk to the owners more about the concept, and hopefully we will have a show about it soon. But it's in Palma on Syndicate, and it is I think it's going to be an interesting activity for parents with teenagers, because not only is it kind of like forcing you into situations which maybe you've never thought you might like to try fermented shark before, but it's like challenging your idea about what is disgusting, because in the exhibits that they have upstairs, because they have a food bar downstairs where you can taste this stuff, and then upstairs they have an exhibition of different kinds of food, and boy oh boy, there's some nasty stuff up there. There's things like they'll have like a bull's penis next to a packet of Haribo, and it's like, which one is more disgusting, And then if you actually read the
ingredients,
it's like, well, the Haribo's not coming out too well actually. So Ollie really enjoyed it because it's very from his point of view, it's quite intellectual, and he's really into the processed food discussions at the moment.
Yeah, and it's really funny because when I looked into it, I saw a picture of a crab paste that they sell at IKEA normally. It's this kind of blue tube. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's actually something it's like a little tradition between my dad and I. We used to like always sit in front of the TV and have like this crab paste with like crackers. And so I thought, I was laughing so much, and I immediately sent it to him when I saw it. It was like the disgusting, one of the disgusting foods, because it is true. It's like it depends so much of like how I've lived in Asia, I've lived in South America, I've seen what people eat there, and like for them, for example, other things that we eat, they think we're crazy. So I think it's fun, and like we need also more activities for older kids and teenagers in and around Palma, because there isn't that much. So I think it's a fun little thing, and you can just stop by, when they get bored, when you're like shopping or on a tour around Palma, you can just quickly stop by there, and they have a bit of fun.
I think it's going to, once they've got themselves sorted out, it's going to be a success. It's how they have two other venues, one in Malmo in Sweden and one in Germany, I think Berlin. And it's an interesting concept. But I would give it maybe another week or so to get themselves, like, get the floor clean and plug everything in, because it was a bit of a rush, I think. Typical though with like licenses here, building licenses. Everyone thinks that they're going to get stuff done on a schedule. But that schedule goes out the window when, a council gets involved or something. So, yeah.
Yeah, and especially if you're not right in the middle of Palma, I imagine.
Yeah, or if you've never tried to open a business in Mallorca before. Both things can really
can't compare that to Sweden or Germany.
Yes, can you imagine? Welcome to Southern Hemisphere living.
Slightly different time.
Big time. Okay, so top tips for this month. What's coming up that we can look forward to?
Have you heard about the new crocodile in town?
The one outside of the cathedral. Yes, what's that about?
I hope I get this all right, okay? I did all my research, but I mean, of course, it's a well-known legend from 1776. Drac de na Coca.
Very good, well done.
It's basically an art installation. It was donated by an artist based on this legend that people believed that there was a dragon roaming around the streets of Palma because people started to disappear and all this. In the end, it turns out that all they needed was a knight to come and save the day because he basically found a crocodile that had escaped from one of the ships.
Sorry, what? There was a crocodile on a ship?
The crocodile was on the ship, escaped, then lived in the sewer system underneath Palma, and then came out and attacked people and dragged them into the sewer.
Oh my God.
And then there was this knight that basically saved the day, and that's how this whole legend started and how this crocodile became kind of famous. This is the very short version. Please, we have a blog article on...
Oh yeah, we can go read it.
Yes, in
I'll put
the
link
story...
in the show notes there.
Yes, the story section. I explained it all much better and in more detail. But basically the art installation is now in front of the cathedral. I would imagine that if you don't know about it, it could be a bit scary walking past it and seeing something floating there. But I think it's also a fun activity for the kids to go stop by and tell them about the legend.
It got pulled out of the water though, didn't it, first time round? The council officials actually pulled it out of the water thinking that it had been put in there by accident.
But now it's there on purpose because they're trying to, I think Palma is really, because they're trying to be the European capital of culture.
Yeah.
In 2031.
That would be exciting.
Yes. And so I think this is also part of it. They're adding a lot of these cultural little details, cultural elements and everything.
Quirky bits.
Yeah. And I like it.
Yeah, me too.
And I think it's important to also talk about these legends and stories. And I think it's fun for the kids as well. You can see the original crocodile as well.
Where?
In the museum. The museum that's right by the cathedral.
Okay.
So you can go and see the original too. So it's like a whole, little story and a little thing that you can do with kids or as a couple, just somebody that's
I know a big kid who'd love to know more about that.
Yes. So that I think is a fun activity, relatively new. I think they put it in last week.
How long will it be there, do you think?
They haven't said.
How long is a crocodile's tail?
How long it's going to survive. They weren't even sure if it's going to float when putting it in. But so far it does. Let's see.
If it's upside down with its feet up, we know that somebody get in there and write the crocodile.
You never know. But yeah, that is definitely a tip. Then we have Festival Rocat coming up.
Ooh, Rocat is a beautiful hotel. Is that where it's going to be?
Yes. A former fortress.
It's a very special place.
And every year they have this festival that supports a non-profit from the 1st of August until the 3rd. Most tickets are already gone.
Oh.
Because this year they have an amazing lineup.
Tell me.
Anna Trepko.
Don't know who that is.
Amazing opera singer.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably an Austrian thing. That
Maybe
you're like,
so. Even so, I'm respecting the fact that there's opera coming.
Yeah, no, she's one of the biggest opera stars in the world.
Say her name again.
Anna Trepko.
Anna Trepko.
Yeah.
Okay.
My pronunciation sometimes, but
no,
one I think I got right.
Yeah.
And then Prettyende is coming as well, who, for example, was recently involved in the reopening of Notre Dame in Paris.
Wow.
So there are some big names. Prettyende is coming on the first night, and I believe that's the only night that there still have tickets left. So I would really hurry because it's an amazing opportunity.
It's an outside concert.
Yes.
They have some. Where do they do it?
They set up a special stage. I don't know exactly where it's gonna be this year, but it's just stunning. And they have some of the smaller, they have a 3-day program, and some of the smaller concerts can happen inside as well, depending on the weather, of course. But the big concerts are always outside, starting beginning just as the sun sets, and just an amazing opportunity to see really high-end opera, classical musicians in an absolutely stunning setting.
Lovely.
and benefiting an NGO as well.
I mean, like, getting inside Hotel Capricat, unless you're willing to drop like a grand a night on a hotel room, you're not getting in there unless you're going to that concert. You know, it's a really special place. Unless you're a wedding photographer or a florist. I have been, but it's a really special place.
And I think it's a fun opportunity also get dressed up a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know, I don't think we have those opportunities that often here because it's a bit more like a relaxed vibe.
A glam night out.
Yeah, it is, you know.
Are you going to the Marcel Remus party on the 31st of July?
We were actually invited,
Yeah.
my husband and I. But then my husband had something coming up for work.
Come with us, we get big.
You got your red dress.
Oh, bloody red dress.
I know.
I know. I haven't got anything glam.
That's also I was really excited about it. So as soon as I knew, I was like researching red dresses and all this. But unfortunately this year not. Maybe next year. But
Well, we can report back for you.
I was actually talking to him recently at the opening of the new beach club of the at the Four Seasons.
We have to explain who Marcel Remus is.
Oh yes.
He's a bit of a legend. Yeah. He's a real estate legend turned social media star and reality TV guy. He's Ollie and I have known him for a really long time. Actually, we knew him right from the beginning when he started listing, and Oliver was his first photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcel has developed a reputation for being very cheeky and very good at selling stuff and very good at making celebrities his friends. He's quite an extraordinary person.
I think he was also the first one, especially in the real estate world, that brought this kind of like American style selling to the island and through like selling through social media, which people didn't do before.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting and it's amazing what he has built over the years.
He is. I mean, like, he must have skin as thick as a rhino's hide, the amount of abuse he must have had from other real estate agents over the years. And he's been involved in a few court cases and that sort of thing as well, because people love to make somebody successful fail. But so far, no, they have not managed to pull him down. He's a very interesting character. I'm honoured to be invited again to his next party. It's like being like, I don't know, his grandma or something, and like being there from the beginning. But
I really was actually looking forward to it because it's one of those rare occasions where you can get dressed up and glam and all this.
Have you ever been to one before?
No, I haven't.
Because it's chaos. Because it's just German paparazzi. There's a whole like red carpet line, and it's full of German photographers and German news people, and it's like, and majority of the people that are being interviewed you won't recognise unless you are from Germany, because it's obviously very focused on that country. And then out will swan some Hollywood film star. You know, like,
I think it was Liz Hurley last year.
Yeah, it was Liz Hurley and her son on either last year or the year before. I think also there was LaToya Jackson. But this year we got Hilary Swank.
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So I'm charged with getting an interview with Hilary Swank.
For me, it's quite fun because a lot of these German celebrities I grew up with. You know, watching on TV, because when I grew up, we had two news channels, TV channels in Austria. It's grown to 4 or 5 maybe now, but not many. But so I often watch German TV. And so a lot of these like celebrities.
So they're relevant to you. You know who they are.
Relevant, but like it's just fun to see them, you know, like live. Or even like nowadays in Mallorca, you get to see a lot of like these kind of celebrities around town or at parties and everything. So it's kind of like fun.
Even the paparazzi, some of the paparazzi are like such showmen. Like where every year there's this guy who, I mean, it's always at the end of July, beginning of August. This year it's on the 31st of July. It's at Pure Salt Hotel in Port Adriano. It's going to be extremely hot that night. And this guy will be stood there in a 3-piece suit. You know, like the full suit. And he'll have been there from 7 when it's still boiling and the sun's still up until midnight. And he just like, this guy won't take his suit off. And it'll be like a crazy colour suit, like multicolours. So it's like, it's like a costume, you know? And there's always a few of them dressed up like that. I mean, they're either paparazzi or they're presenters, but they're loud, very loud. But it's very, from an English person's point of view, it's very fun to watch it and a little bit like surreal.
But I was looking forward to that.
Oh,
but like maybe next year.
Well, if you go in next year, we'll go together.
Yes, please.
What else we got?
Salitre Fest.
Sorry?
Salitre.
Salitres?
Salitre.
Spell it.
Salitre.
Okay. What is this?
A new festival in Santa Margalida,
Oh.
taking place on the 22nd of August, starting at 5 p.m. until 4 a.m. So like full 11 hours of like,
get your disco nap in.
Yes. 2 stages, mix of indie, pop, rock, house. Really like Verbenas style, you know, like a
sounds
little
like
bit.
my vibe.
Yes, a little bit of everything. And I think it's just like a fun, you know, festival to go to plan for if you're here on the 22nd of August. It looks really fun, like obviously happening for the first time, but I really like the way that it's, you know, the design, the vibe and everything. And it's also like in a place that you don't normally go.
Yeah, exactly. That's an unusual venue.
Yeah.
Is it in a private place or is it in where will it be? In
Like
Santa Margarita?
and kind of like a parking lot area where they set everything up.
Right.
Because the 2 stages and everything, you obviously need lots of space and all that. But I love that. I mean, like also like last weekend there was a La Gran Verbena del Verano happening in Alcudia, and I think last year there was the first time and it was over 15,000 people. Also the website we had just on that event on the weekend we had over 2,000 clicks.
So they're very popular.
Yeah, there is a lot of interest for these kind of like Verbena style festivals, and I think they're getting better and better.
You have to describe what verbena means.
It's kind of like this summer party, normally street kind of style event or fiesta happening most of the time as part of the traditional fiestas or festas going on. And it's just normally very simple. It's like a stage, a DJ, and you have like food trucks and obviously drinks and all that around. And it's just really fun. It kind of feels like this like street party happening in all corners of Mallorca.
Because they've had them in Portals as well, didn't they? They had them in the Puerto Portals last year.
That's the fancy version.
Yeah, exactly.
I think.
Oh, yeah. Of course, it's the fancy version. But that was on the Capitania, I think it was down there.
Yes, they did it again this year. And that was more like a bit more organized and fancy. But like the traditional verbenas are like, you know, it's kind of street like style village parties, which I love a lot because it's just back to the roots.
Definitely. So it's a very normal thing to have in the UK. So yeah, and more as well in the UK.
Yeah, I think because people
festivals everywhere.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not like anything fancy or you know, this kind of like festival style became so popular as well that you have to like dress up and have glitter everywhere and stuff. But this is a lot more, you know, back to the roots, back to
come as you are.
Yeah, just having fun.
Any more?
As I mentioned before, I was at Amok recently and I really enjoyed it. They have some fun things going on. They will also now introduce this Monday. So when the podcast comes out, will be the second Monday that's happening. An evening with Sembat.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a very iconic kind of like beach bar slash, you know.
So bringing the vibes to Amok.
Yes, I believe that Sembat had some issues with music license or like, well, the sound and everything. So they're like kind of outsourcing it and bringing the party to Amok. So that's going to be really cool because their vibe was always like this kind of also like barefoot, come as you are, like, just have a good time. And I love seeing that in like disco kind of environment. On Wednesdays, they have something called Crush, which is kind of like a Tinder game. So it's for all the singles, which is also exciting because I'm not single, but I've heard from a lot of my single friends that there are not a lot of great opportunities for singles.
I was involved, not recently, but probably now 10 years ago, I was involved with helping to host sort of dating games and sort of thing. And it was really hard for the organisers to even get people to come to the parties.
No, but this one seems to be very popular. I would say that the vibe on Wednesday is definitely a bit younger.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see where it goes because the past few Wednesdays have been really popular. I know from For example, my au pair friends have been there, so they're obviously around 21. But again, also for the youngsters, I think it's like it feels like a more like a safe environment to
We'll
go.
send Gigi, she can go undercover.
Exactly, and report back.
Yeah.
Then
Doesn't take any rubbish.
no, but I would love to know.
Manchester club scene, she's just like, nope, leave me alone.
I love that. But like I think it's good to have places that kind of cater to different ages, different vibes. On Thursdays they have Masaka Africa, which is kind of like this African show that I believe came from Ibiza.
Oh.
And so that's like a completely different vibe again, like more like with show and like costumes and all this. So I love what they're doing, what they're trying to achieve, because it's kind of becomes this, like venue that has certain days with certain kind of themes, but then also like bringing cool DJs and bringing cool acts. And I liked the place because you have an outside and an inside.
That's
and
unusual
I
in a
love
club.
yes,
Yeah.
and I love that because at any point of the night you can just go out, sit down, have a drink there, then go back in. On Sundays they have kind of like sunset parties as well, which I think is such a nice way. It starts at 7, so you don't even have to be out, but you can just like have this vibe. And I love Tardeo kind of style.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Actually, thinking about that, have you heard anything about the new social club?
yes,
Oh, and?
well, it's gonna be at the Victoria
Yeah.
Hotel, the newly revamped Grand Melia.
Mm.
But I don't know exact dates. I've heard conflicting things.
Yes.
Some told me, or I've heard that it opens this year, and some have told me no, not until 2026.
Oh.
There's gonna be a Tardeo actually with Escoliseo in September, together with Social Club Social. So that's gonna be really fun.
Where will that be?
Escoliseo in Palma,
Right.
at the former bullfighting ring.
Yeah, because that's another thing that's been reinventing itself.
Yes.
That was exciting.
And Escoliseo is like a kind of like also the same thing. It has like a different vibe every week. For example, now on Saturday.
So many new good things.
I know. You have
I
to.
wish I had the energy to go to them.
But it's fun because for example, just this week coming up, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they have 3 different parties, 3 different styles. So it like caters to a lot of different people. It's like you would like it because it's much smaller than Jardí, but like you walk in, you have like 4 food trucks, you have areas to sit, then you go into the main bullfighting, like the area. But then like I was so taken back because like I get really like excited about like traditional or like historic buildings.
Yeah.
And you walk in there and you just like it feels weird at first because you're like, what has happened here before,
Yes.
And then at the second time, you're like, at the second look, you're like, the architecture, the details and everything. And then you're just like partying in this space. And it's like, I love also that something that could be perceived by some as a negative place, where although traditionally in Spain it hasn't, but for some maybe, has now been turned into this like cultural important place where they're bringing everybody together. They're working also with the neighbor association to make sure that with noise and everything, that they're all happy. They're organizing for example a Cinema La Fresca with the neighborhood organization, so they're also involving a lot of the surroundings.
I have been to that place 3 times. Twice to photograph gigs, once for Simply Red, which was extraordinary and fabulous and made me cry. It was amazing. And another time just to protest about bullfighting. I stood outside and protested about the bullfighting because I couldn't believe it was happening again.
Yeah,
but
and it is again in Inca.
Yeah, but not in this place anymore.
No.
That's wonderful. At least it's when they're reducing the opportunities.
Yeah, and they're really, as I said, like they have the outdoor cinema. They are bringing, they had also like an event with Sembat. They're bringing Social. They're doing a lot of things.
So cool.
It's another one of those places that you should really keep an eye out, because like maybe that Thursday they're doing rock and you're not into rock, but then the next day they have more like a Verbenas style kind of party that's fun.
It's impressive how much these venues are pumping out all these different events, because it's such a risk, isn't it, to be like putting on these different things. It costs a lot. It's a lot of investment from their side, paying the staff, getting the acts, making the promotion happen, just to open the doors to see if people want to come.
And I think it's very challenging here in Mallorca because people don't buy tickets 2 weeks in advance or a month in advance.
No.
So a lot of times until the day of the event, they don't actually know if they're going to make money or not.
Yeah.
And that's why I really try to also push sometimes people to be like, if you want to go, please buy the ticket.
Yeah.
If you know that you're going, buy it 2 weeks in advance. Don't wait until last minute because they need to know that you're coming. They need to know that they're actually going to survive by doing this. And the more we support these kind of events, the more we will have in the future, which then benefits all of us.
Absolutely.
And I think that's been the trickiest thing. Like the last minute thing here is real.
Yeah, really, really, really is real. Any more things?
A little like I think it's a great venue as well, Santa Catarina.
The vineyard.
Bodega.
But it's called something else now, isn't it?
Has it changed?
Eon, isn't it?
No, that's another one. Eon Terra in Aicudi and in Andrach.
Yes. Isn't Santa Catarina in Andrach as well?
No.
Okay.
Where is it now? Oh my God. I was just there actually for another event, but they're hosting an event. Yes, please, before I get really embarrassed. But so the Dea International Music Festival is going on with amazing concerts throughout July, August, even some still in September. A mix of like classical and chamber music. And they're in like Palau March, in Dea, near the cemetery, Fundación Miro. They're having like all these amazing concerts happening every week. And one of them is in Santa Catarina coming up on the 2nd of August. And that's going to be flamenco themed.
Ooh.
And it's a stunning venue again. I really loved it. I went there for the Family Fest, Family Circle event a few weeks ago. And I think it's a really beautiful venue, and it combines like music and wine and flamenco. And that's also a top recommendation. But in general, I would really suggest to check out the Dea International Music Festival because they have so many things going on.
I'm looking at where it is, and it is to the right of Inca.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me. I've had a chest infection for a week, and I sound like some kind of old homeless woman when I start coughing. It just really sounds sick. Oh dear. Okay, so today, talking of last minute Mandy stuff, it was like you got invited to go to a press conference and you're not certain what's going to happen to you.
I got an invite on Friday, like typical for today, for the Evolution Film Festival, together with the Mallorca Soccer Club.
Real Mallorca.
Brilliant,
exciting.
It's Samorsh at the stadium. And I'm really curious to hear what they have to say because I think the combination is very, very interesting. I loved their they teamed up with the Mallorca Preservation last year and focused on like 4 like more environmentally focused screenings and everything. So I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do with Real Mallorca.
A sports theme.
I would love to, or maybe there are some short films about Real Mallorca. And like, they've gone through a lot of changes past years. And they have I think, some of the most devoted fans in Spain as well. So, I don't know.
When you're a football club on an island, you've got to have devoted fans, haven't you? Because you're kind of trapped with them. You love it or loathe it. That's your football club. You've got no choices.
But I mean, have you been to one of the games?
No, I have never been to a game, but I have seen lots of videos of like the pre-match celebrations and everything. All the demonies out there giving it all that.
Exactly.
It's like a really good vibe.
And I have never before. I'm from Austria. Like, if you're from Austria, the UK, like, going to a soccer match, it's like sometimes you have to be very alert, very aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
You have to.
Depends where you're going, but
and here there were like literally families with their children in prams and like small kids, and it was like the celebration, and it was like it didn't matter if they lost or won. Like, the vibe was just so good and so fun, and you could see that these people, like, they grew up supporting the club, and that was really nice.
we were talking about Spain winning the World Cup yesterday, because obviously the women's Euros are at the moment, and Spain are going to go all the way to the final, of course. England probably are also going to go all the way to the final. So it's going.
They won last time, didn't they?
England? No, I think Spain won.
The women's, I mean.
Oh yeah.
Women's won.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I remember when the men's team won the World Cup, and it would have been 2012. I think it was 2012, and it was like the coolest thing ever to be in a country which had just won the World Cup and feel a little bit invested. And it was so exciting watching that match. It was wonderful to be in that environment. And Spain is pretty good at football these days, and it's really lovely to be in amongst people that are really passionate about it.
I don't know what that's like. I'm from Austria, so
we're
bad at skiing and things like that.
British people also share that problem, It's only been recently that we've been able to say that England's only good at football again. Now we do have a problem at the moment, because in the men's team anyway, the manager resigned, which is a bit of a disappointment. But the women's team seem to be doing okay after.
And it's becoming much more popular again.
Oh, huge.
Amongst girls, young girls. Like, I think that the last time they won, it was just like a huge surge in like girls signing up for soccer clubs and everything, which I love.
Yeah, me too. Come on, the girls.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Nina, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
It's so nice chatting to you.
Yes.
It's like, and also you're teaching me a lot about things I had no idea about, all these different places. So
yeah, and if you want to fact check everything I've said and pronounced, please go to the website. Calendar Mallorca.
Make sure that you're following Calendar Mallorca on Instagram, because they always putting up little updates about what's going on. Are you running that as well?
On Instagram? Yeah, of course.
Are you doing all of that on your own?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When do you sleep?
Not much.
No, wow.
And the algorithm on Instagram sometimes, it's like some days, like it shows it to, I don't know, thousands of people, and the next day it's nothing. And it's just like this constant. It's so frustrating. But that's why it's so important. Yes, and it's so important, like people also like, again, like signing up for events sometime. It's like the liking and the sharing and all this. It really means a lot.
Yeah, really helps.
And it really helps the algorithm and all that. So never underestimate the little heart.
You know what? The most powerful thing is a send. So if someone sends your content to somebody else, that boosts your content no end. So if you're watching something on the calendar, or indeed on any social media that you want to support, send it to somebody, or send it to yourself, or send it because the algorithm loves that stuff. And it gets seen by more people, and that helps small businesses and little people on missions to spread the word. Like, we need your support, so please do that.
No, because it's super interesting, because when I look, for example, at our weekend roundups, they never get that many likes, but they have the highest number of impressions.
Like them, you lazy buggers. All you have to do is press the heart. For goodness sakes. I know. She's doing all this stuff for you, no? Just like this content.
No, but I can't complain, really. Like, we have an amazing community, and I have to say that, but it's true. But like, I've received so much support, and also a lot of likes and all this. I can't complain. It's just like, I think in general, for businesses and for creators as well, I think it's important for people to know that all of these little, details matter.
Yeah. Can people buy tickets through your website now as well?
No, it always links back to the event organizer.
Right.
It has like a legal reason behind it. But that's also fine for me. But there are ways to support us. Like, if you have an event and you would like to promote it, you can do that via the calendar. And also, if you have a business, we have the IT list. So we then help talk about the business, but in a very like organic way.
Yeah.
And also, you can only join the IT list if I've personally met the owners, like been to the business and all that.
So it's a curated list.
Yeah, very much. But that's a way to also support what we're doing, or buy our caps.
Oh yeah. I'm going to have to put an order in. What color do they come in?
The black denim and then a blue denim, and 10% go to Mallorca Preservation as well.
Good girl.
That was important.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
So see you next month.
Yes.
Are you here?
No, I'll be in Austria, but
we're going to do online.
Yes.
Oh, I'll see you online.
Yeah.
I'll see you again in September, probably.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be in the mountains in Austria somewhere, or Vienna, but I'll pick a nice spot for you.
I bet you it'll be really chilly and lovely. If you're having like hot buns and coffee whilst I'm sat here in my underwear in the sauna. and we'll have to chat. Hello, I'm sure it'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nina.
You're welcome.
Hey, thanks for listening. Listen, we need your help. If you don't mind, would you please subscribe wherever you got this podcast? You can find it in most places, Spotify, iTunes, all the rest of them. Just click subscribe, and if you get a chance to leave us a review and you'd like to leave us a good one, we won't stand in your way. And something for you. If you'd like to get our monthly newsletter, then visit our website. That's Majorca-Mallorca.es. That's Mallorca with a J, -Mallorca-ES. And follow the link there. And if you'd like to ask us a question, send us a DM to our Facebook or Instagram channels. And wherever you get your podcasts, if you see the show notes, you'll see the links for everything you need. Thanks for listening. See you next time.